News 4 at 5, working for you.
Now at 5 o'clock, we've got a look at murder suspect Brandon Horton walking to jail for the shooting death of his ex-girlfriend Temptress Peebles. She was shot outside her home on Morena Drive in North Nashville. Horton was found this morning in Madison. Now, police say Horton shot and killed her in the middle of the day, in the middle of the street. News 4's Rebecca Cardenas is live at the Davidson County Jail. This is a relief to a lot of people that he's behind bars right now.
Yeah, and it's not surprising after you read these affidavits that I just picked up here about 30 minutes ago from Booking. These are 3 separate crimes that occurred in that same neighborhood at that same victim's house. Horton here charged with burglary, domestic assault, and then yesterday murder. Now, we got some numbers here from Metro this morning. This victim in this case is among hundreds of domestic abuse victims in Nashville, and you might be shocked at the number of those victims within that pool that Metro Police considers to be at high risk.
You just never think you're going to see somebody who's actually going to lose their life on the street.
The people who live in this neighborhood watched the 9th victim of domestic homicide in Davidson County this year die on their street. Temptress Peebles is the 3rd victim of domestic violence homicide in Davidson County in the last 2 weeks. Since December of 2016, when Metro Police is called to a domestic assault, the officers ask the victims 12 questions, like, has he or she ever tried to choke you? Is he or she unemployed? Does he or she have access to a gun? Is he or she violently jealous, or do they control your daily activities? The answers to those questions determine whether the victim is at high risk for being killed by their abuser. In the first 9 months of this year, an average of 202 victims per month were considered high risk. That's an average of 7 high-risk victims per day.
You don't really know what's going on in the different houses. You don't know what people might be going through.
And Rebecca, your numbers put it in perspective. You are learning more about the man's violent past, though.
Yes, well, we knew yesterday already that last week he was charged, the police were called for a domestic assault call. We're learning more details about that now. This affidavit details that he ambushed the victim at her car, threw her to the ground, and repeatedly beat her. Another neighbor having to get involved in this to break it up. And the other new detail that we're learning here is that this man has been convicted of domestic assault with bodily injury twice, dating back to 2009. Lauren?